Hey everybody, it's Echo. Thanks for joining in. Today I'm going to tell you about this new challenge that I'm going to be undertaking for the next year-ish, and it's TBR Takedown. Now, a lot of different booktubers actually use this tag. It could be TBR Zero, TBR Tackle, Tackle Your TBR, TBR Takedown. Like those are the common ones that I've been seeing. I'm just going to use TBR Takedown because a lot of these booktubers are trying to read their physical TBR down to 0 or down to like 20, and that's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to go through my audio, digital, and physical libraries and read down as much as I can and see what number I can get in about a year. So technically I started this challenge on September 20th because that's when I left, like I moved. And in this 5 days that my mom and I were driving, 3,000 miles, we listened to 4 audiobooks, and I selfishly just wanted to count them. So I'm just gonna start there, September 20th, 2024 through December 31st of 2025. And we're gonna see how many I can take off of my unread that I already own. And I'm gonna kind of line out what that looks like here. So you may have seen the title of this video that I'm reading down from 1,000. That is because I have 1,000 unread books. Now I'm going to break it down really quickly. I have in audiobooks 474 unread books. This is partially because I've had an Audible subscription since 2018, and I also have Libro FM that has good sales deals and a subscription and that supports local bookstores. I've also been subscribed to Chirp for a few years, and that's like audio deals, like, so it's cheap audiobooks. And then I just have random ones that I bought from like Nook and Kobo and like different promos and things like that that are audio. So the total audio, 474 unread books. I've read a lot, but those are the unreads. Digital is my next largest library, and that is 434. Now you may think this is a lot, and it is. But I had over 1,200 unread books on my Kindle app alone. And I just went through after years of like doing those freebie newsletters and stuff like that, and the emails for like free books, 99-cent ebooks, stuff like that. And I had just racked up a ton, and it had been over years and years and years. So I went through earlier this year and I deleted over 800 books just in my like Kindle library. So now I have 434 across Kindle, Nook, Apple Books, Kobo, like all the different things, right? So I'm gonna try and read as many of those as I can. Lastly is my physical TBR, and like I said, you all know this already, I'm moving right now, like in the midst of all of the chaos, and I donated over 140 books that were from my physical shelves. A lot of them unread, and it's just, anyway, we all know the reasons, right? Like collecting books and reading books, different things. So I have a physical total right now of 92, and by now I mean as of September 20th, right? So here's where the little squeaker is, because if you add up these numbers, I don't know if I changed it here in the physical one, technically it was 996. And I'm looking at it and it's like, come on. And actually when I was doing this like tracker in a spreadsheet that I'm doing, and it added that up, I was annoyed because I'd already gone to like, I moved, right? You drove for 5 days, and then I went to a half price books and book store, bought 4 books. I bought 5 books at Target a couple days later, like a week later maybe. But I just decided I had 996 and my first book haul was 4 books. So I'm just including those 4 books that I got at half price books into my total for this. The other ones don't count for these numbers, and I'll kind of explain that. But those 4 plus all of the ones that I had is 1,000 books even, which is a lot. I am not reading 1,000 books in a year. It's just not happening. I don't know if anyone could do that really. But what I'm going to be doing, like I said, September 20th through December 31st, that's about 15 months, just over 15 months. So I'm going to see how low I can get the numbers, because I'm just trying to read them. And here's the kind of where it gets interesting. I don't have to read all of these fully. I am going to be DNF happy in this. Like if I'm not enjoying a book, I'm going to delete it off my device and like not worry about it anymore, because a lot of these books have been here for years. So there's no reason for me to be like clinging on to any of these. So I'll give you the stats every month of which ones I've read, which ones I've DNF'd, what my numbers have done from this 1,000. That's what I'm going to be doing. So reading down my TBR of unread books from 1,000 to what in 15 months. And we'll see what I can get through. I'll also probably be letting you guys know what I'm hauling, but that's not going to be adding to my number. Because like I said, I already bought 5 books at Target that aren't counting in this total, but I'm not making it 1,005. You know what I mean? It's as of September 20th, plus those 4 books to make it an even 1,000. I have 1,000 books, period. We'll see how low I can drop the numbers. And for like comparison sake, I have been reading probably 70 to 80 books a year for the last 3 years pretty solidly. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. However, the last year I've been reading a lot more like short stories and things, and I'm not going to have a lot of short stuff in my TBR. So that's part of the thing, is that I'm going to be reading outside of this, absolutely. But out of this, it might be more numbers, but it's because they're going to be shorter books if they're in there. Because I know I have some, and I know I count things differently because I count like anthology stories as a read story, but I'm not going to be counting them as a number in this, because I hope this makes sense, because I counted anthologies as 1 in my total of 1,000. So I'm gonna have to count all of the, let's say 12 stories in an anthology. I count that as 12 reads so I can talk about them individually. So nobody gets like glossed over in my reviews. But I'm not counting that as 12 off of my TBR Takedown list. It's just gonna be 1 because it was 1 anthology that was originally counted. So I hope that makes sense. That's kind of how I'm approaching this. When I'm filming this, it's late October, like there's less than a week left of the month. So I've already been at this for a month, and I have some updates for numbers and stats. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you about September and October, probably in the next couple of days. But as of right now, this is what it's gonna be. I'm going to be doing a wrap up and stats video every month. So there's going to be a TBR, and then there's going to be a separate one, just because I know not a lot of people like all the statistics and things. So I've just made that decision to have them separate. But I'll be counting on this TBR Takedown thing, like totals in those videos. So that's what you can be looking out for. I'm also going to be doing TBR Takedown reading vlogs. So, excuse me. So hopefully I'll be like grabbing 3 or 5 books or something like that, and just like from my TBR, this list of 1,000, and reading them just to like take that total down and see what I can get through and what happens, and what the ratings end up being, and how my tastes have changed over the years, and things like that I think are going to be really interesting. So all that said, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to this. I hope you're going to join me on this challenge. If you are, please drop it below, comment below, let me know that you're going to be doing this with me. Let me know if I should do a list of like my libraries, because that's a lot of books, right? Like I can't do my physical now because I don't have it. Like it's gonna have to get shipped to me, and it'll be a couple of months with like media mail and stuff. But I have almost 500 audiobooks and 500 digital books. So I could go through each of those, but it's gonna be a long video that's just that. So let me know like how you want to kind of go about that, if you want to be recommending anything that I already own, if I should be putting out lists of some sort. So drop all of your like opinions and questions and stuff down below, and I'm excited for the next 15 months. So thanks for joining. See you next video.